Hey, what's happening YouTube? How's it going, everybody? So last night I was inspired by Jesse over at Mile High Aquatics to go live and do an update video. If you haven't seen Jesse's channel, it's got some great content and he's in the beginning stages of setting up his fish room. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed. I figured I'd start out today with something I haven't shown you guys in a very long time. Something that built my subscriber basis from the very beginning, and that was my marine tank along with that there, my Arduino project. It's pretty much been on hold, or it's doing everything I want it to do. So I kind of just stopped goofing around with it because I wanted to get back into the aquatic hobby and not the electronics hobby. So let's turn it around and I'll show you the tank. So here she is, still on autopilot, as you can see. It's seen worse days, seen better days though as well. Getting some great coralline algae along the back as well as on the rock itself. I still have some bryopsis going on, as well as some cyano at the moment, simply because I haven't had the money or the time to change out my GFO. But there she is, still working great. The controller is doing everything I want it to do. It's holding my temp, giving me my pH, the time, blah blah blah. Oops, what did I just do? As you can see, it's a little bit buggy because I am not an electronics guy. And this is what they call technical difficulties. But let's get out to the garage and see what I have going on out there. So that's the saltwater project. Still working on it. It's pretty much on autopilot because, as you've seen, this in my garage has where it's been at for me. And the breeding project. So let's go over what I got going on here in the fish room. So this is my little hospital tank that I set up for my Agassiz Fire Red. Over here, this is Derp and Gert. Gert was fine when I first got her. I picked them up at a swap. They were in a bag, so I didn't really get to see them swimming around or anything. And then all of a sudden, she started bottom sitting. Derp has always had this this kind of swim on an angle type of thing going on, a swim bladder issue of sorts. So I tried peas, tried raising the tank temp, I've tried salt, so I've tried the constipation to see if that was it. I didn't think it was. Right now they're in a little hospital tank because I'm treating for internal bacterial infection, internal bacterial infection. Because Gert swam and was fine at first, and now she just bottom sits. Been in here about 3 days now, and I'm still seeing no signs of getting any better. Now I've had these fish 6 months, and they're living, they're eating, they're doing everything except breeding, and that's not going to be acceptable here because I need breeding pairs. So hopefully someday they'll come out of it. Down here on the bottom in my little fish room here, let's just give an overview real quick of this tight little space. I'll even back out a little bit more so you can see what kind of small space I'm talking about. This is my garage, and then I'm just in this little corner over here. Here's the hospital tank, and now we're just going to start down here. That's my blackworm keeper. I've been doing a video blog, or just kind of experimenting with that. It's doing really well. First 10-gallon tank here is I have a bunch of McMasteri growing out from a batch of fry that I had. They're just starting to color up now. As you can see, that's probably a pretty decent male. He's definitely the dominant one out of all of these guys. Over here in this tank I have Hongsoy Rostrick F1s. They tend to hide almost all the time as well as some rummy nose tetras from a failing breeding project I had. Here's one of them. That is the subdominant male. There's 3 males in here and a female. They start to get a little bigger. I'm going to have to pull them out before there is World War I, II, or III. Over here I got a great deal on some electric blue Acara. Their juvies are about 2 inches right now. Sorry about the glare. I should have closed the garage door before I came in here. But I got some electric blues. Everybody's hiding now that the camera's out. Isn't that just swell? Here they come. If I stand back a little and zoom in for you, maybe they'll... So they're about 2 inches. We'll grow them out and hopefully get a pair out of them. Picked them up at the club meeting for, oh, I stole them for $10 for all 4. Over here is Hongsley Rustric. Probably won't see the male because I think the female is guarding. She's definitely in breeding dress. He's hiding out back there. You can see his nose right there. And when he goes hiding, when he goes off running and hiding, it means that she's got eggs and she's guarding eggs somewhere. She never uses the artificial cave I have. She always, there she is right there. She always lays on the underside of this driftwood I got in here. And then up top, if you've seen the other video, that is what I've been calling God's waiting room. It's a 20-gallon. Got a straggler ram as well as an angelfish. There's also a bumblebee catfish in there. Glow light tetra and neon tetra that I had finally died off. But that's kind of where I've just put my extra fish. Alright, up top there, that's kind of my grow out for brine shrimp. I grew out some brine shrimp pretty successfully in these containers. Grew them out to adult size and was able to feed. And then there's my hatchery next door to it. We're going to go skip those and come down to here. My angel tank that I've been growing out. Starting to look really good, coloring up really nice. All about, coming on a $50 size right now. They're marbles and striped or silver or just regular, whatever common name you want to use for them. It was a pretty big batch. It was kind of an accidental spawning that I just took over, and they're doing really well. Now up here in the 5-gallon, I picked up at the club meeting as well, and hopefully we'll get a shot of some of them. I have Ivan Acara educata. There they are. I got 7 of them, and they're probably about 70 days old right now. They're really young. They're juvies. I'm taking extra care trying to raise them out and grow them out because I'd really like to see them, you know, to full size, because that's a big dollar fish. If I can get them to full size, and if I can get them to breed, even better. I will be replacing plastic plants with live plants at some point. Right now I'm just using plastic plants for coverage and for ease, to be honest. I'm going to ease into the plants because I have some crypts growing up here. These are live, and then some crypt parva over there. Not doing so well. I'm not fertilizing them though or anything. I'm not really taking that great a care of the plants. I just wanted to see if they'll grow under this strip lighting. And then in this tank, got about 16 left of my Hongsley Rustric fry, or juvies now. Let's see if I can get out of the glare. There we go, that's a little bit better. So they're doing well. They're right around the 3.5, 4 month mark now. Looking pretty good. This tank here, I have my Hongsley, the original Hongsley pattern, Hongsley Reds, or I don't know common trade names they're using nowadays, but that's the male here. Female is around somewhere. Got them to breed once. I only had 7 survivors, just enough to get my breeder award points from my club. Trying to get them to breed again. Over here I have a Viejita Gold. the lone survivor male. Had terrible luck with these guys. I first originally started out with a reverse trio. He's the subdominant of the reverse trio. And then I had a dominant male and a female. Well, the first female just up and disappeared. I have no idea what happened to her, if she jumped behind the tanks that I can't find or whatever. But then I was lucky enough to get a second female, and then something happened to her where she ended up dying while I was on vacation. So I ended up selling the dominant male, but kept the subdominant male because I have a friend in the club who's growing out some fry right now, and hopefully he'll have an extra female for me. In 20 gallon long below, I've got my breeding pair of angels, the marble, and then the silver. They haven't bred in a while because I had a male McMaster in here because he was getting beat up by the female, so I separated them. But they were spawning regularly on every 2 weeks, and they are the parents of these guys over here. In here I got some angelfish still that were just randoms that my kid picked up, and wife wouldn't let me set up a tank in his room, so here they are. And then that's a male McMaster. Not the father of this group, but both those parents have passed. But I got this male to try and breed with the female again before she died. And then down below, if he'll make an appearance, there he is right there. It's my adult Ivanakara Educata. Had 2 of them. Was hopefully going for a pair. Don't know if this is a male or female. Great looking fish though. The other one passed away, but with 7 juvies raising out. Hopefully he'll stick around, or she'll stick around long enough to where I can pair some of those guys up. And short but sweet, that's it. In a nutshell, that's the fish room, what I've got going on. We will catch you all next time.